Hey everybody, what is up? Dave here, coming back to you with a brand new video on the channel, and it's out. We have them. The NFT car is out. A car I've put so much time and effort into creating for the community. Everybody's racing it, everybody's loving it. This thing is fun, and I want to tell you that at least at the time of recording, this NFT car right here, my Subaru, is the #1 quarter mile car in the game. Well, for this car. Anyway, this is the world record car with a 9.138. We think we can go faster. I'm sure we can. I'm going to continue working on it, but I wanted to deep dive the car, show you guys all the secrets with it since it's been out for a couple days, and we'll go from there, you know? So anyway, this is the NFT car. It's got the skinny wheels in front, big, thick ones in the back. The wrap looks so good, too. Dream Car Studios. Ooh, I like that sticker, actually. That's sick. AutoLegends on the hood. AutoLegends on the trunk. I love this thing. It looks so good. These wheels are amazing looking, too. But yeah, another thing to show you guys with this is if you go to your inventory now, you can see all the parts you own for basically every car. And something that I wanted to do was I very much wanted to make this car for the community by the community. That was kind of the goal. Take feedback from people on how they think cars should feel, and I applied everything that I've learned pretty much into this car. I must have recreated this thing 24 times until I felt like I was happy with it. So today we're going to go over the Easter eggs that I've hidden in it. The first one, anybody that played 1320 Legends obviously knows of this legend, who is currently actually helping out with AutoLegends as well. Everybody remembers Ichiban from 1320 Legends that played the game. So what I decided to do was some lore for 1320 Legends. He had a bunch of car parts that were limited edition that he slid into the game just before he ended up leaving the company back then, and they were called Itchy parts. So I kind of took that idea and ran with it myself when creating this car, and I created the TechX Relics Itchy 250 shot nitrous kit. Jesus Christ, talking is hard. And as you can see, I have like a custom description for every single part, which is really cool. This one, this Itchy NOS kit was found in some abandoned warehouse. Only roughly 1,000 kits were discovered. There were all these badge stickers on everything, and a red helmet that simply read 1320 across it. Signed by someone named Ichiban. Whoever made this, or whoever this guy was, he created an amazing nitrous kit. You would think I would be able to read since I wrote that, but we're going to move on. There's a couple other parts that have some special place in the game. There's the OG13, which anybody that is aware of AutoLegends history so far, back in November 2022. Yeah, November 2022, the devs created this group called the OG13 that myself, Brian, aka VGU Sesko, you can check him out on YouTube, Jerry Rager, aka Racing Gamer Slovenia, and a whole bunch of other people were basically added to give proper feedback for, you know, how the game should be. Kind of the idea, the think tank, I think is the proper term. So I created the intercooler for the OG13, and I said an old school intercooler upgrade, only 13 of them ever made, was at least the rumor. Apparently, the OGs made more than 13. Pretty cool little blurb. Blow-off valve. There's another crew that's on the Discord that is the early alpha crew. The alpha crew is basically a group of people. They're the next step in line after OG13. OG13 is basically a direct line to the developers. Alpha crew is like one step back. Sometimes they help with feedback. Sometimes they help with like early game testing as well, just like OG13 does. Overall, that's kind of what it was created for. So I created them the blow-off valve, and I said the story behind the Alpha Crew blow-off valve is interesting. Oh, spell check. The best of the best racers wanted an amazing sounding BOV. They created a crew and machined this wonderful blow-off valve that was an OEM drop-in replacement. I'll fix that spelling mistake, you know, silly me. Springs are normal. Springs are normal. Clutch is normal. Flywheel's normal. Drive shaft is normal. Diff and trans are normal. ECU will come back to turbo. The TechX Relics 30 PSI turbo. A turbo from the past no longer manufactured that can be applied to your Subaru to unlock its full potential. With a peak of 30 PSI and a fast spool up, you would almost think it's supercharged. It also holds power all the way to redline. And then the final piece of the puzzle. I like how people are interpreting this because I wrote all this with wanting to ask the community, how do you interpret these little lore blips that I'm putting in here? And I really like the feedback that I'm getting from people. So I'll read this, and then I'll tell you how some people have read into it. So the TechX Relics tuned ECU. They all said this unknown guy, simply known as TechX, didn't know how to tune. Apparently he did, because there's this whole mysterious brand of parts on this car with his name all over them. You want to know how people are interpreting this? He just cheats at video games. He's not good at video games. He just cheats. I think I know what I'm doing, guys. Thank you very much. Anyway, that's a fun little jab. I'm allowed to get them in here once in a while. But yeah, so you want to see how it runs? You want to see the gear ratios? I'll show you guys the gear ratios. Let's release the gear ratios. How does this thing go 9.138? So we discovered a little idea, is that you kind of want your third and fourth gear to be your two longest gears. This was largely thanks to Mr. JDM John on Discord, as well as Gretty on Discord, because all three of us have been talking, like, what's the way we can get the most speed out of this thing? And all three of us have kind of come to this idea of, I said, let's make it the letter M. Because if you think about it, up, down to third, and then up again. And granted, 6 isn't longer, so I guess it's more like an R. It's a short, lowercase R. There we go. So with some help from JDM John, some help from Gretty, this is now the fastest Subaru in the game. Currently. As of the time of recording, I have a feeling I'm going to go back to this voice chat, and someone's going to be like, dude, I want a 9.12. I'm going to be like, okay, thanks a lot. But yeah, these are the gear ratios I'm currently using. They will be forever evolving as we discover more neat little tricks to make cars run right. So, how do we race this thing? Well, first of all, we know that on test drive, cars are a little bit slower than on 6th Street, because on 6th Street, there's the little bump and downhill at the end of the racetrack. Because it's a realistic real-world location, we kept that in there. But I'll at least show you on the test drive, because here on test drive, I'm doing about 9.2 low, as long as I race it correctly. And also keep in mind that this is eventually going to change the way that it controls, because we're forever evolving the game, at least during this development phase. So the way the tires grip and stuff like that, the way I launch it, take it with a grain of salt for now. But basically what you want to do is immediately shift pretty much to third gear. And then where I shift is just before redline starts. A lot of people are shifting in a different spot. Wow, that was a terrible run. But you can see my 60 foot and everything here. 9.380 with my final. 9.282 is pretty slow for me. But I'm going to, I'll show you one more run here. I can get 9.23-ish on practice track pretty easily. 9.1s, I had back-to-back 9.1s on 6th Street with this thing. 9.138, 9.141, 9.15s. This thing's pretty quick for me now, which, love it. This is hands down my favorite car in the game right now. And now we just let it run out. So as you can see, this should be a very good time. 281 again. So sometimes test track is a little strange, but let's head over to 6th Street. I'll race a bot or two real quick as private so you guys can see how it runs in that setting. And then the next thing that I want to do is I want to try half mile on this thing. I'm going to use one of my other cars, make a half mile car. and we'll see what we can do as far as gear ratios there. I haven't really messed with half mile yet on almost any car. Half mile racing is one of my favorite forms of racing because I'm just all about, I want to see how fast I can go in a set distance. And obviously you can hit a higher speed in half mile because it's more distance. So future video will come where this thing is probably a half mile beast as well. If I'm doing 9s on the quarter, it's probably what, 12s or 13s, maybe 14s in the half mile. Probably 13s, I would assume. But let's do a run here. There we go. So it's instant to second, nearly instant to third. It's very rhythmic. And then fourth, fifth, sixth is like the top of that suggested shift zone, or just before red line. Look, another 9.138. I can't be stopped. I can't be stopped. I love this thing. It's so much fun, man. This is going to be my favorite car to race forever in this game. I can't imagine that I'll probably treat this how I treated the box and the TFD box in 1320 Legends. I had a garage full of over 400 of them. I can't afford 400 of these, but I do have, I think, 12 of them. There's one specific number that I want to get from somebody someday. I want to get number 69. The race is going to bug out. This happens from time to time on the game right now. There's a server issue going on, but that's okay. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.